All right. Our next speaker is going to be Dr. LaWanna Parker.
Oh, thank you so much for this opportunity to speak this morning with you. And as everyone knows, I speak about journaling quite a bit. I also speak on manifestation and writing because I love writing. Today, because of some things that I have been going through, I'm going to share the importance of journaling. So let me ask you, have you ever had so much going on in your heart and your mind that you didn't even know where to begin? You smile at people, you handle your responsibilities, you show up because it's expected, but inside you're carrying questions, frustration, dreams, fears, and prayers that you don't even say out loud to anyone, not even to yourself. This is where journaling comes in. As most of you know, or some of you anyway know, this year has been rough starting out. I lost my baby son in March. I lost my baby sister last month. And this morning I got the news that my nephew is gone. So the year for me has started out in a negative. But I'm not holding on to that because I'm writing about it. I'm getting those things out of me. Because when you hold stuff in like that, all it does is create things that cause health issues, stress, heart, any diabetes, any number of things that can happen to you just from holding stuff in. And it's not always easy to talk to people. When I put the notice out about my son, everyone was so supportive. In fact, I believe that's one of the reasons I went to Facebook jail. I was trying to respond to everybody. So when I lost my sister, I thought, I can't put this back out there. They just went through this with me. I can't do this to them again. And so I didn't really share. I mentioned it in one of my comments, and maybe I shouldn't because that let me know not everybody is reading my comments because nobody remarked on it. I have been journaling quite a bit the last few weeks, and it's been a great help. Yes, I talk to God. I talk to God out loud quite a bit. But I find that I can talk to Him even better when I write it down in a journal. Because sometimes I will say in that journal what I will not say out loud, even to God. It's as if I feel like somebody is listening. I don't know what it is, but I know that I hold back. And when I put it down in there, I'm sharing every little frustration that I feel, disappointments, hurts, whatever it is, I'll put it there because nobody's going to see it. Once it's there, I can either destroy it, flush it down, put it in the trash, whatever I want to do with it. Nobody else is going to see it. And the thing about journaling is that it doesn't judge you. It doesn't tell you, oh, why are you being so foolish? Everybody goes through this. You know, if you just applied yourself a little more, you might be able to do something. It doesn't say any of those things to you. It just accepts. And I usually will, if I'm planning on destroying something, I will hold it for a few days, maybe a week or two, and go back and read it again. Because if I don't get my answer at the time that I'm writing, when I go back, I usually find the answer that I'm looking for. I want to share with you today 5 things that I think you can get from journaling. Because As I just said, the answer to so many things are within ourselves. God Himself has told us that. Jesus has told us that. We just need to look within. But we're so busy listening to all the outside voices that we don't always hear. So the 5 things I'm going to speak on today are clarity, emotional release, self-discovery, faith and reflection, and action and growth. When you're journaling something and you put your thoughts down on paper, it helps you to understand. It helps you to see something that maybe you didn't think about when you're thinking, because you got all these other things that are bombarding you. But when you can go back and look at it, what you've written, other things will come to you and help clarify what you really feel, what it is that you want or need. And that's one of the best benefits from journaling, is getting clarity. It took me years of doing all the different things I thought I should be doing before I finally realized that the thing that has always been in my heart is the thing that I really should be doing. Whether I make a dime out of it or not doesn't matter. It's what I want in here. And so I have started doing that. I'm writing my romance stories. I am writing. I've done several of them. I've pulled out things I started years ago and decided I need to finish these. That's what writing did for me. It helped clarify where I wanted to actually go. I shared about my family and the things that have happened to us in the last 3 months. So when writing about that, it helped give me that emotional release that I needed. It gave me a place where I could say things that I probably would never say out loud to anyone, not even to the individual's family, because it was something that was connected to me and that individual, and nobody else needs to know. I remember when my dad passed, and my dad left us when we were kids. He married somebody else, helped raise their kids. And when my dad passed, my brother and sister, when they went up, they brought all of that up. And I thought, what for? Why are you hurting the people in the audience for something that he did? And he can no longer be punished for it. Whatever punishment he's going to receive will come from our Heavenly Father. For me, it was a matter of writing it down and saying what I felt. But in the end, as I did that day, my dad wasn't perfect, but he was still my dad. And I always knew that my dad loved me, even though he left. So journaling helped me when he passed, and when both my sons passed, my sisters, my mom. It's always helped to give me the emotional release that I need, because I am one of those people who is not able to share and talk about personal, really deep personal things. Number 3 is self-discovery. When we write consistently, we begin to notice patterns, desires, fears, and truths we may have overlooked. Now, I'm not the best writer in the world. I freely admit that. I'm still learning when it comes to romance writing. I can write the other stuff about self-help stuff, gaining confidence, self-esteem, motivation, those things. But when it comes to the romance stuff, well, that's a little different. And that's where I say thank you to chat, because when I hit a block, I can go and ask a question. And if I don't quite understand what it's telling me, I'll give it what I've written and say, how would you say this? And then it gives me back its answer, and I go back and say, okay, but I wouldn't say it that way if I was that character, or that character is telling me this is not how I speak. So I make the corrections. But I'm so grateful that we have that, because otherwise, I don't know if I would have attempted to romance or not. But I have stories that I have been holding on for 20 plus years, and I have pulled those things out, and it's wonderful to be working with those. So I found self discovery through my journaling. The fourth is faith and reflection. It gives us room so that we can pray and we can reflect. We can listen and recognize how God has been with us all along. I know when I was thinking about the situation I got into many long years ago, when I was a very young, naive young woman, I had never thought about the outcome up until a few years ago, when I was thinking about writing on that subject. And as it came to mind, and I'm reflecting on this, and I realized that God came to me and He helped me. He gave me a choice. And I chose, I believe, the right choice, because that story is too long for me to get into, but let's say, had I not made the right choice, you might not know me today. I might not even be here today. Or if I was here today, I'd probably be I might even be walking out there on the street, because of the fact that I had no place to go. So because I made the right decision, I should say, the Lord protected me from a situation that normally would have ended in either my death or being beaten so bad that I would not have been recognizable. And I didn't think about that until years later, and I thought about, what if I had went the other way? I still might have been beaten, but I didn't. And He protected me. And so I'm here today to talk about how journaling can help you. And the last thing is action and growth. I do believe I'm growing because of the things that I have been able to put down in my journaling. It's helped me to share more on my blog and my newsletter, because even though no one likes it or even read it, I know what I've written. I know what I've put out there. And someday somebody will find it, and it will be the thing that they need. So I want to invite you all to think about this. We talked about clarity. We talked about emotional release, self-discovery, faith and reflection, and action and growth. So I want you to start thinking about starting simple if you haven't started. And don't worry about being perfect, as we said earlier. Just do it, okay? Don't worry about pretty handwriting or pretty words. Just begin with one question. What do I need to admit to myself today? Take 5 minutes and then read back what you wrote. And then ask yourself, what is one small step I can take from here? That one page may be the beginning of your next chapter in life. Whether you're journaling for clarity, manifestation, or trying to come up with a new vision, or writing the story that you will always be afraid to tell, the message is the same. We are not finished. There is still wisdom in us. We still have purpose. And we are still dreaming. And that dream is waiting on your agreement, your courage, and your action. So name that dream, write that vision, and take the step. Your next chapter is not behind you, it's waiting for you to begin.